Okay, we got a Buick Verano 2014 with a 6-speed transmission. The guy came to me, called me and told me that he had a code in it. He had a P2714. That P2714 is for a loss of pressure. So the first thing that you want to do is change the solenoid, but that's not the route to go with these cars. You always should inspect everything, make sure they're full of fluid before you start jumping in, changing things. And he brought it to us. I could tell that this car was low on fluid when it got here. We got it off the row back, brought it straight into the shop, checked the code. Sure enough, P2714 was the code. And what we found out was when we got it in here, it sat here for a long time just idling while we was checking the codes and the wiring and just kind of looking it over to see why that we had this code. And then we noticed a spot of fluid, wasn't very big on the floor where it had been sitting here. So it's leaking really slowly, and what that's doing is it's losing fluid pressure because it's low on fluid. When we started to add fluid, we was about 2.5, 3/4 low on fluid. So that was why the code was popping up. We went ahead and fixed the leak. I want to show you it was the bottom line, but we've already fixed it. It was the seal. There's your bottom line. And the seal inside of this coupler right here was bad. It had hardened up. This car only had 85,000 miles on it, which made me think that the solenoid wouldn't be bad. So anyway, this is like the Equinox. I have another video on her on how to check on YouTube on how to check or change the fluid on the Equinox. This one is the same way. You have your drain plug here and your side plug up there. If you don't know how to check this fluid, then check out my video on Equinox, how to change or check the fluid on an Equinox. It's the same thing. This transmission, we like to use the mobile one back in them. Also, because this transmission had gotten so hot, I mean, the fluid was really hot when it got here. Even us just moving it into the shop and letting it idle because it was low, we went ahead and drained the transmission fluid, put all new fluid back in it, and take care of that 2714 code. So not always is it the solenoids, not always is it the wiring on these newer cars. They have pressure sensors in there, and they can code this stuff and it not actually be the solenoid. So always check your fluid. Always make sure there's no leaks underneath of it before you start replacing parts. So I hope this video helps you. Please subscribe, and